Hey guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about the Nameless one. So he is the final boss in the Desert Temple in Minecraft Dungeons. So stick around and I'm going to show you guys how to defeat him.
Buddy, okay.
So the first thing you're going to notice about this boss is that he will throw out these square green projectiles at you. Those hurt. You need to make sure that you're avoiding them by all costs, either running away, rolling away, or you can hide behind those 4 pillars in the room so they take the damage and you don't take any. So another one of the boss's abilities is that he will summon a row of enemies for you to defeat. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. I like to use the charm with the heart on it that makes them your allies. And then they just defeat each other and I go after the boss. Another variation is either through your gear or through your artifact powers of either stuns, so they stop them and you can turn to them right away. What's really important is that you defeat those guys immediately. So you're going to turn and burn those ads and make sure that they're not around, because if the boss continues to summon them, you will get overwhelmed really quickly and they hit hard as well. Also, a fun fact that I found out is that they can actually hit you through the pillars. So they have their spears and they have a very long reach. So really be mindful of keeping your distance. I brought in a lot of arrows for this fight, or I used my power-up mushroom to defeat them very, very quickly. Another one of the boss's abilities is that he will clone himself into several different copies. And we already know how much one of those projectiles hurts. Imagine getting hit by several of them. You're going to lose your health and you will most likely die. So it's going to be really important that the moment you see him starting to clone himself, you run out of the middle so you're out of that circle so you're not going to get hit by any of those. I start to shoot my arrows trying to figure out which is the real one and which is the copied version. So one of the cool tricks that I found is when you're running away from those bolts, those projectiles that are coming your way, you can actually shoot arrows at the boss while you continue to run away. That'll cause damage to him because it is going to be hard to get up close and personal on this boss very often because he only stops shooting every once in a while. So when is it time to attack? So when the boss starts casting and he raises his hands and he stops moving and he stops throwing his projectiles, now is the time to strike. So that's when you're going to use your artifact power. So if you have the 3 artifacts that I mentioned, use the gong and use the mushroom together and you start DPSing as soon as you can. Then he'll either send the ads on you, so you're going to turn and burn those guys, or you'll end up getting circled by his clones. Make sure to run out of that and then continue to hit with arrows, or whenever you can, if you're fast enough, you can sneak in an attack or 2 on the boss between his shots. But his projectiles come pretty quick, so you're going to have to time those very right if you want to, or again, just use your arrows. So a lot of people have stopped by my stream and asked me what artifacts I think are best for a lot of the bosses. This one in particular, there's 3 artifacts that I absolutely love to use against this boss. It's the love medallion, and that's the medallion that will turn enemies to your friends and they will fight each other. So when he spawns his ads, it's really easy for you to hit your medallion. Half of them are becoming your friends, they will attack the other ones and you can focus fire on the boss, or you can focus the other ads so you can quickly get them down and your friends can now help you defeat the boss. So the second artifact that I think is probably one of the strongest artifacts in the entire game is called the Death Cap Mushroom. So that mushroom is going to help with increasing your attack and movement speed. I've found myself using this in all different kind of situations, and being faster mixed with the different attributes and enchantments that you can put on your weapons or your gear, that combined with this mushroom makes you incredibly powerful for the 10 to 15 seconds that it lasts. So I would definitely encourage you guys, if you find one of those death cap mushrooms, play around with it, see what you think of it.
Like attacking.
So the last artifact that I use for this particular boss is called the Gong of Weakening. Okay, so what that does is that it's going to weaken his defenses. So you'll see right at the end of this video, I pop my Death Cap Mushroom and I pop the Gong of Weakening. So his defenses are lower, I'm hitting faster, which makes him melt. So I would definitely encourage that if you have that available, use it. So if you can't get the 3 artifacts that I mentioned, another really strong artifact is the Tome of Shielding. That'll protect you against the projectiles that the boss is sending. If you want to be able to stun the ads because the ads are your biggest problem, bring in the Shock Powder or the Light Feather. If you're having a trouble with healing, then make sure that you bring in the Soul Healer Amulet. So that's going to be when you collect souls from the ads, then you'll be able to heal yourself with it. The Totem of Regeneration is good, but I just feel like it doesn't heal fast enough in situations like this where you constantly have to be moving unless you pair it up with the Totem of Shielding. So having both of those together where you can stand in place, shoot arrows at the boss would be beneficial in this situation. If you have a really strong bow, I really like Flaming Quiver. You get 7 different seven arrows that you can shoot at the boss, and they are really strong and powerful. That'll also help you get this boss down. So those are really my recommendations for different artifacts if you're struggling to think of, well, I can't get this one, or I'd like to use something else. Those are the suggestions that I have.
That mushroom is the best by far.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. And listen, if you want to be part of a really cool community, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite part was. As a reminder, if you're part of our Mario Maker community, you can comment down below your level code and a bit of a description of the level. And who knows, I might play it on our next YouTube video. Last but not least, guys, I live stream on Twitch, so please make sure to hit the link below. Come check me out there, come talk to me and say hi. Thanks, guys. Bye.